Okay, so what may be the last recording here for class this semester? We're just going to look at what we did in class last week. We looked at Google and image sizes, we looked at the eraser tool, we looked at the pen tool, and Google Docs, I think, but we're not going to do Google Docs at the moment. So one of the questions that was raised was, how do you get the full-size image off the internet that is of highest quality? So go to google.com, select images, look for pictures of something, and then on the left side over here is the size, and you want to go to larger than, and it gives you a drop-down menu that you can select all kinds of sizes. You know, for our cases, if you're doing something at 8 by 10, 4 megapixels is going to be fine. So you go find some pictures of cats that are larger, and again, you can see down here the pixel dimensions of the cat. So we're going to select the picture, and then over on the right side, you don't want to use this one. You want to click on full size image, and it's going to take a minute to load depending on the size. And then this is the image you want to use, and so you right click on it, save image as, and save it to your desktop or whatever you're going to use to work on it. So that's how to get the pictures. We use the eraser tool. So we have a picture here of the kid, and one of the erasers, the regular eraser tool is just going to erase whatever's on the layer, and it will show whatever is on the background. So in this case, it's going to be white when I erase. If I switch the background color to black, it'll be black. So this tool just erases to whatever color is in your background, and you can see that demonstrated here. So that was the regular eraser tool. We also looked at the cool Magic Eraser tool, which has a tolerance setting similar to the Magic Wand. And so it is going to select pixels of similar color based on that tolerance. And so here it is erasing all the way through the image. And this one would have been good on, we used this on the sky. If you remember, it was like a one-click deal to erase the sky out of a couple pictures, so that was pretty nice. That was the Magic Eraser. The background eraser tool is based on a paintbrush, so you have all your paintbrush options. Here, I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller, and remember, you can use your brackets on your keyboard to make it larger or smaller. When you do this, though, you can select a color by clicking on the Alt key, and then your cursor turns into the eyedropper. So I'm going to select this blue color here, and you'll notice that with just a couple clicks, it's pretty accurately picking up that color. Oops, that's a bit much, out of her hat. I can't remember exactly what we did this with. I remember up here in the sky, so if I hold down the Alt key and select this blue sky, I can come over here, and this actually, when we zoomed in class, this did a pretty good job of, you know, this picture doesn't have enough info in it here to do well, but it did a fairly good job of getting some of this branches out of here. It would probably work brilliantly in this area if we select this guy and click, and yeah, look at how nicely it divides this. So another way to erase things in your image. So that was the 3 different erasers. We used the pen tool, and so with the pen tool you can create a shape. So let's look over here on the layers palette. So we now have a shape, and we know this is the mask and the color. Over here in the paths, now we have a path. And on this path over here, we have 3 different points, and you can use this tool to continue adding those points. And when you add it, you'll notice that there's the little handles on the end, either end of the thing, and you can click and hold. Use the Alt key, click and hold to drag the handles around. Additionally, you can, I think it's, let's see, yeah, the Control key turns it into the Direct Select tool over here. So you can click on these handles with the Direct Select tool, stretch it. You can add and stretch, but it keeps this path filled in. So the layer, you've got the path over here, or the mask, and on the paths panel you have the mask and your editable shape. So we looked at some of the basics of the pen tool, and then I should have done this too, because one of the questions was, how do you get a clear background on an image? You know, for the most part in class, our background contents when we started a new document have been white, but one of those options is transparent. So you can create a transparent item, and the only way you can keep this saved transparent like this is by saving the image as a GIF file. And so let's see. That was about it, I think, Photoshop-wise. I can't remember what else we did in class, but I think that was some of the basic questions we had for our questions and answer time. We had the mesh question, and that was in Puppet Warp. Can't do that right here at the moment, but Puppet Warp allowed you to get the mesh, and that's something I'm not that familiar with, or I don't use it very much, so but that's where it can be found. So anyway, that's what we did with the question and answer period last night.